Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. Popular. We're gonna be popular. I haven't seen Wicked. I just seen the TikToks. We should
Anyways,
probably start the show.
Welcome to Stereo Hot Wheels. My name is Seth.
My name's Adam.
My name's Seth. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
That was our talking about being in theater in high school.
I don't know where that came from.
I was gonna tell you a story, but we'll talk about it a different time. We'll pause
Okay.
that story. Welcome to Stereo Hot Wheels. It is now 2025.
The
when we're
first show of 2025.
the first show.
We're
It's
still
crazy.
here. We
Yeah,
made it.
We made it.
We're still going.
This is episode 13.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew we didn't have 13 yet.
No, we didn't have 13 yet. That was my mistake. I
Yes.
miscounted. But yeah, episode 13. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We started in what?
I think
June?
July, I think.
July?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fantastic.
It is. It's really good. And
Yeah, man.
I'm excited for what the lineup looks like this year
Me too.
for guests. I mean, I'm excited for these episodes more, but that's
mean,
because I get to
right
spend
now,
time with-
scheduling it is like a nightmare.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
But yeah, hopefully we'll get them all in.
Yeah, we will. It's all good.
All good.
Yeah.
So, Seth,
Yeah.
for the first time in 2025,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
What is it?
Do you want to do 10-minute one shot?
Absolutely, I do.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. All right. Let me get my timer out.
Something fun I've been doing, Adam, is I've now printed off some photos from Haley and I's wedding, and they're across
Ayo.
our area. I think my favorite one, and it's the one I put down on this third shelf here, is the group photo of everyone going like absolutely insane.
Am I going absolutely nuts?
You're making the funniest face.
Is
You're
that
going like
is that the one where I'm like squat position, like
Yeah.
screaming to the
Yeah,
heavens?
that one.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud of that.
yeah, it's my desktop wallpaper at work. So.
Not even the best man, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope. No,
That's
the best
how-
man's like going like
That's how excited I was
Yeah.
for my boy. What was I doing? Timer. Got
timer.
it.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. All right, 10 minutes. Seth.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. The name of this one shot is Reminiscence in French. Whatever reminisce is in French. It's imagine a black and white scene. Everything is in black and white, like one of those artsy movies. Seth, your character lay on his deathbed, surrounded by friends and family. What is your character's name, race, and class?
Nate LaRoa.
Nate LaRoa?
Yeah.
Okay. Nate LaRoa. What race is he?
He is an elf.
He's an elf. Wow.
And he is a rogue.
Okay. So he's like thousands of years old.
Yeah,
right?
he's super old.
All right, cool.
He's seen multiple wars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so let's, as Nate LaRoa is laying there in bed, he thinks back to his life. We start in his childhood. What is Nate's fondest memory of childhood?
It is him frolicking through a beautiful flower field.
Okay.
He is constantly mesmerized by the different colors and shades of these magical flowers that the elves grew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
The greens and the oranges and the yellows and the purples all really kind of mesh into like a beautiful song in his head.
Wow. That's sweet. Can you roll me a perception check,
Yeah.
Nate?
I forgot to pull up. I'm sorry. I forgot to pull up D&B Beyond before this. He got a 9.
So, Nate,
Yeah.
as you're frolicking through this flower field in your memory, the smells, the colors, all in a cascading symphony of beauty. A bear! There's a bear! A giant grizzly bear! It's running at you right now! You didn't see it! It's gaining on you! Roll a dexterity check.
Okay. 5.
The bear tackles you. You're wrestling with the bear in the flowers. Roll me a strength check.
2.
The bear holds you down and starts to claw at you. It claws you real good across one of your arms.
Yeah.
You can roll me another strength check to escape.
19.
All right, so you're able to wrestle out of the bear's grasp and get back to your feet and sprint away from it. And as you're running away, the bear goes, "Roar," which in bear means, "I'll get you, Nate, one day." And then we fade back to Nate on his bed. And this time you begin to reminisce about later on in life. Perhaps Nate got married at some point?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think back to the most important day of your life, Nate, your wedding day. What was Nate's wedding day like?
So I think the first memory that I think of is like getting ready with my boys before
Okay.
the wedding. And I'm like putting on extra padding underneath my tuxedo because I've had this like memory of this bear stuck in my head
Oh, gotcha.
like all of my life. And so like I think I'm like putting on extra padding and my boys are kind of like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, your boy Lafayette goes, "Nate, what are you doing?"
I am putting on padding for bear.
Listen, Nate, we are high up in the mountains at this beautiful castle for your
He will
wedding.
find us anywhere.
No, Nate, listen to me. As long as all living beings, they respect the sanctity of marriage. You have to, unless this bear is like a really bad guy, you got nothing to worry about.
Well, we did send him an invite.
Why would you? Okay, it depends on how he took the invite. If he took it negatively, then we could have a problem. But if it's
It was the same invite everyone else got.
oh no, okay, it just matters how. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yes.
Why did you invite the bear?
It seemed respectful.
Okay,
I
I don't.
let's
I
go
don't-
out.
I
Let's
don't
go
get
out.
you, Nate.
It's time for the wedding.
Okay, so the memory shifts, and you're standing there at the altar with your beautiful elf bride, and you scan the audience. Your mother and your father are there.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole family is there. All your friends. It's such a happy, joyous time. Nate, can you roll me a perception check?
19.
You look out upon the audience. And you see the bear is not there.
Okay. I was really hoping the bear was going to be there. He's like wearing his tie or something.
But you do notice, as the priest steps a little bit forward to you, the bear is the priest. The priest is the bear. The bear is wearing one of the little priest collar things. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
16.
You and your wife quickly kiss, sanctifying your marriage, and you sprint down the aisleway, the bear in tow, and the bear goes, "Rrrr," which in bear means "Drats foiled again." And we shift back again to Nate's deathbed, and you have one last memory. What is the last memory that Nate would like to reminisce upon?
I think it is him being discharged from the elven army.
Okay.
So 5 years ago,
Right.
because elves live a super long time.
Cool.
So I think it's him in his uniform in his commanding officer's office.
Why was he discharged?
It's old age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just got too old.
Nate,
Yes, sir.
it has come to a point. You are simply too old to be in elf army.
I agree.
So with that, we are going to honorably discharge you.
Thank you, sir.
You just sign here. Sign here, and you.
I want to. Can I roll a perception check to like read the document, like
Sure.
what it says? Nat 20.
Yeah, it's just you skim it, and it's just
There's no mentions of bears.
there's no mentions of bears. If
Okay.
that's what you're looking for. There's
Yeah, that's what I'm
absolutely no
looking for.
mentions of bears.
Okay. Yeah, I sign it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. You may go. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir. And I walk out and I close the door and okay. Now time to enjoy grandchildren.
And you walk off into the sunset. And yeah, that's it. That's the memory.
Perfect.
And so we once again go back to Nate on his deathbed.
Am I like who's around me?
Probably like your grandchildren, your children, your Lafayette, if he's still there.
Yeah.
Your wife, if she's still alive. Yeah.
I like look around and I'm like,
Yeah.
thank you for being here with me.
They all like nod and go, of course.
And Lafayette, what I tell you about that bear at
You-
our wedding?
Yes, you were right, Nate. I'm not old. I got punched in the throat a couple days ago.
Thank you, and I love all of you.
And Nate takes his last breath. Then all of a sudden the door of the room bursts open. It's the bear. The bear runs in. He has two like staticky sponges, and he rubs them together real fast and goes, which means clear in bear, and you're back to life. And it grabs you. It grabs you by the scruff of the collar and pulls you in and goes. And bear means I told you I'd be the one to get you, Nate. And it slams you down back onto the bed. And the last thing that you see, Nate, is this bear's giant, meaty claw raise into the air and come down on you. And everything fades to black. And Lafayette goes, "Oh, yeah, I guess he was right." The end.
That was a good time at one shot. I really like that one.
That was really cool.
That was a fun
Dude,
one.
the minute like you were like, "Oh yeah, he's like running through a field gracefully," I was like, "Oh, I know exactly where I'm gonna make this go."
He's gonna keep getting attacked by a
Keep
bear.
getting attacked by a bear.
That was a good one. I like that one.
was
That was
nice.
fun. Hey Adam, I have a question for you.
I'm so ready.
Do you want to see the Hot Wheel of the week?
Yes.
I didn't
More
see this
than-
time.
The first one of 2025.
And it's a 72 Stingray convertible.
Dude. Fun fact,
Mm-hmm.
the Stingrays are one of my favorite cars.
So this is the first. I have a lot of information about this one. It was the first, it marked the end of an era for the third generation Corvette series cars.
Okay.
It came out in 1972, as it says. Stock, it came with a retractable T-top roof panels with a back window.
All right.
And the convertible version, which is the one you're holding, had a soft folding top.
Okay.
But you could buy a hard top for an additional cost. Do you want to guess how much horsepower that produced? 1972. How much horsepower do you think it produced?
How much?
210 horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah, just stock. Just,
Jeez, they're just pumping those out of the factory.
Yeah. The 72 Stingrays were also the last year that Corvettes came with chrome bumpers,
Oh.
which is kind of cool.
Sad.
Yeah, chrome is so nice, and now everything's carbon fiber, and I kind of hate it.
Yeah. It's a sad age that we live in.
It is. It also was one at the time. It was one of the lowest, like to the ground cars that was
Oh,
produced.
really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Super low car. Very good car. The convertible version only had a production total of 6,000 units, but the like regular, like most people could buy it, had 20,000.
Wow.
So kind of a low production car, but a really nice car.
Yeah, dude. I love Stingrays.
Yeah, I would love to own a Stingray one day.
Yeah.
But who knows that'll happen.
Anything's possible.
Anything.
Very nice.
Thank you. And Adam, I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Do you want a present?
What?
Yeah. So this is your Christmas present, just your Christmas present.
What?
Yes.
Aw.
And I had already thought about buying this before you mentioned that you wanted one.
Gosh, I don't ever.
Don't read the package.
Why not? But is it what I think it is?
It probably is.
Bro. I'm putting the mic down.
Yeah. Adam is opening the package.
No shot, bro. Dude. It's a PSA 10 Japanese Diglett Pokemon card.
Yeah, it is.
Bro. That is so cool.
It's also a gem one, which isn't PSA, it's MS, is the raters, but they're still like a dignified rating company, and they have the gem ones, which are like absolutely mint condition. Like they were at the shop when they opened that card and had it graded.
Wow.
So
That is so cool.
yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how much is it worth?
So currently the gem mint of that one is worth like 30.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you how much I spent on it, but
Okay.
yeah.
Bro, that is fantastic. Dude. I don't know why I'm so blown away right now. That's great.
So what was so funny is I did Christmas Eve service for live stream at our church, and Adam and I are hanging out up there before service, and Adam's boss, Aaron, who we will have on the show here soon, but not in January, he was like, Adam, is there anything like you want? And Adam goes, yeah, I really want a PSA 10 Diglett card. And what was so funny is I had just bidded on a PSA 10 Diglett card, and I didn't get that one. But then I bid on this one like an hour later, and I ended up getting this one.
That's hilarious.
And it was like, oh my God. I was already thinking about giving it to you, which was so funny. It was like,
wow.
but yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already finished your Christmas present you gave me, so.
Yeah, to update you guys from our Christmas episode, I didn't actually have Seth's wife for Secret Santa. I had him in secret, and I got him 50 Arizona green tea cans.
Which I've already drank.
Yeah, under a month.
Yeah. Yeah, it was under a month.
I'm more impressed than mad.
But for the this first episode 2025, we
thought like, why not take a podcast and look back on how 2024 was.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just review kind of what we did, what we enjoyed, what we maybe disliked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you want to start? Give me that bubble wrap. You're gonna be making noise the whole time.
You're like my dad. I can't. It's gonna stay. I promise I won't touch it. I just tried to throw it and it went nowhere.
It went like 2 inches.
Let's start off strong, Seth.
Yeah.
What was your favorite memory of 2024?
I think it's an easy one for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy. I mean, we both got married this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's both like our favorite moment. Let's disclude weddings though.
Okay.
That's an automatic.
Right. Dang.
So what what is my 2024 memory that is like not my wedding? We're keeping it PG. I'm just gonna make that clear.
I don't even know why you brought that up.
It was probably. This is gonna sound kind of dumb when I say it, I think, but for me, it is going to see a WWE show live with you and Ronnie.
Aw.
Like it's been something I wanted to do my whole life, and getting to see such an amazing show too, just piqued it.
Yeah.
So.
Had you never been to a WWE show before that?
No.
Wow.
I only ever watched it. So.
We got to take the wives now.
Yeah. I think we should go to the Wenatchee one whenever it comes back.
Yeah. Now that they're both into it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Haley's like totally into it. She gets it.
I think she'd like to go on a trip though.
Yeah.
Like, because they usually do at least 1 or 2 shows in Washington a year, right?
Yeah.
So.
They're in Portland on Friday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you want to go to SmackDown again, or would you want to go to Raw?
I'd go to Raw if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
So I think my favorite memory from 2024 was, I think, going to for my wife's birthday. I took her to Westport, Washington, and we went camping. Not on the beach, but very close to the beach. The beach was like a 2-minute walk away from it, and just, driving around with her, seeing all like the nature and the ocean and stuff, and just walking along the beach with my wife after getting married. You know, that was my favorite memory, I think.
Very cool. I like that. That's cool. What was your most like? I guess what was like the most satisfactory memory you had this last year? This isn't like your most joyed memory or anything. This is the one that brought you personal satisfaction.
So, for you, those of you that don't know, I have a call in my life to be in full-time ministry, in a pastoral role of some sort. And so I'm on the ordination track in my denomination and stuff right now. And I sometimes get opportunities within the ministries at our church to preach and serve and other such things. And I got the opportunity to preach at our youth group. And honestly, and this is how God works, it's not anything that you do, it's what he does through you, right? But it was literally just a basic, you need to read your Bible sermon, but I had an altar call moment where I had Bibles up there, and it's the word is freedom. It'll set you free. It'll change your life. And a lot of you were I feel that you're struggling right now. And you need change and you want to be changed, and you can have that right now. All you have to do is get into your word and read it and believe it and allow it to change you, and and this is my human outlook of this, but I was it's just maybe if you guys are gonna get Bibles, this is not the most epic sermon I've compiled in my life,
Yeah.
But the response to it was exorbitant. Kids weren't even coming up to get Bibles, they were coming up just to get prayer, and there was just such a response.
That's cool.
And kids were kneeling at the altar, and kids were asking for prayer and for healing and for guidance from all the leaders and stuff, and it was just such a big God moment.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there what just happened?
Yeah.
And so it was really satisfying to be reminded of how much God can use me, and that he wants to use me, and that I have the opportunity, and I'm going to keep getting the opportunities to do his will. No, I'm not, scratch that, because I have thoughts about that, but to do what he asked me to do.
Yeah.
And that fruit and change and joy and goodness is going to come from that.
Yeah. That's really good. I like
Yeah.
that. For me, it was something that I struggle with quite a bit is money.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I'm smart enough to understand money. I don't feel like I save it well. And I just struggle with it. I don't like talking about it. Like, I know most of it. Like, I do fine.
Uh-huh.
But something that kind of was cool and like satisfactory this year was, for me, was buying a car with Haley.
Oh.
And like kind of coming to that realization, like, oh, I do have money. I'm not going to like overspend it, but we can do stuff like this.
Yeah.
So that's something that was really good and like kind of like clicked in my mind. Like, oh yeah, we're okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, praise God.
Yeah, amen that. So let's talk about something that we talked about before we got on the podcast here.
Okay.
Because we're now out of it, but I feel like we have to talk about it because it was part of our 2024.
Okay.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Yeah. kind of a.
And Overwatch 2. We kind of mixed those two together.
I think we kind of went from Siege to Overwatch 2.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Yeah, I don't feel great about that.
Because like Adam texted me and Greg
I think
October
of
of 2023?
I think it started in 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he texted us and he said, "Hey boys, what do you think about playing Rainbow Six Siege?" And I was in because I really like Rainbow and I had played it before, and so had Adam.
Right. I had played it in the past. I used to be on like a substitute for like quotation marks a team. But
And I had played it just alone, which was sad.
Yeah.
And so we joined Adam in this crusade to play it more.
Right.
And we probably played it at least a match every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not great.
Until like April.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we started playing Overwatch before we both got married, and then we sort of stopped playing games really like as currently as we had.
Yes.
And I remember getting so angry at that game.
Dude, me too.
And like going like weeks of being like, why am I playing this?
I think in the end, like we said, we stopped playing because they did that whole like membership thing.
Yeah.
And like you had to get the membership to get like the best like content out of the game.
Yeah.
And like we're like, that's dumb. We're not gonna play anymore. But realistically, I think we just were looking for an excuse.
Yeah, I think we were
not
like
to play.
I
anymore.
remember I think it was my birthday was when they had the like launch of some kind where they, or like a trailer that they were showing off.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Tuberal? Or was it the other one? I don't know. It was one of the new characters.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jinxie was on it and stuff like that. And it was like, oh yeah, this is super fun. And then like we played it for like a little bit longer. And then it was like, let's just go play Overwatch.
Yeah.
And then of course Overwatch had its own problems.
Yeah. The fact that it's Overwatch.
Yeah. Yeah. Super fun though. Good time. Good memories. Like,
Yeah.
I remember I 1v1'd Adam a few times in
Yeah,
Rainbow.
I think we're tied.
Yeah, we're tied. I'm not gonna re-download it.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, we're both as good as each other.
Yep. Good enough for me.
And yeah, it was fun. We got several people to join us for the times.
Mm-hmm.
Like Aaron Davis joined us.
Yeah.
Seth Potato.
Yeah. I think the most fun I had in that game was just messing around.
Yeah, not actually playing the objective, but like you and I had legit setups that you and I would do together.
Yeah, we started getting strats.
Yeah, and
stuff.
I think that's when we realized that we were taking it too seriously.
Yeah.
That was a big part of the end of that, or the start of that year.
Yeah.
Like, another thing that happened at the start of 2024 is I spent my first apartment, or my first month in the apartment here.
Word.
Which was interesting.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like living alone.
Oh.
Yeah. Being the only one in such a big space, like, kind of sucked.
I see.
So, but once Haley moved in, it was a lot better. And it still is.
I'm sure.
So, and now we're thinking about a house, but
ooh,
that's probably a few months down the line. So
it's not very long.
Until we start looking for one, at least.
Oh, gotcha. So, you guys got your savings all figured out
for the most part.
You're putting money in savings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah. Haley's definitely the better saver because I do all the bills out of my account because we haven't mixed yet.
Oh,
so.
dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am the saver.
Oh, really?
Between the two of us. But that's okay.
That's okay. Every relationship needs a saver.
Yes.
In my mind.
Every relationship needs a spender too.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't just be a stick in the mud all the time.
No. You need to have fun.
You gotta.
And let me ask, like, how is Erin? Because like that's something that Haley says is like she's good at like saving the money and making sure we have it, but I'm good at knowing what is going to be the fun things to spend towards that money. Is Erin good at that too?
No.
Okay. That's not the answer I was expecting, but okay.
I don't think. Like, it's not bad in any way, but like,
Remember, she listens.
I know. Maybe I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah. Apologize, Erin.
I'm sorry, Erin.
No. I was saying apologies to Erin. Sorry. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. We both got married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both got married. That was odd. Dude, let me tell you. Like, if you're single out there.
Ronnie.
Hi, Ronnie. First of all, you need to respect God and thank Him for the season that you're in, no matter what your relationship status is, because you should have the joy of the Lord, no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. And you should have the happiness because of God no matter what.
Absolutely.
But marriage is dope.
Marriage is dope.
It's so cool.
It's super fun. Like, it's like, obviously you probably should know the person you're marrying before you marry him.
Absolutely.
But it's also super fun getting to learn new things as you live with this person.
Even if you think you know the person you're marrying, you're always going to find out new stuff about them.
You never truly know the person until you live with the person.
Yeah.
But like, your wedding was super fun
to
be in.
Why's that?
I think it was the people that were kind of around.
Okay.
And like, just being able to like hang out with, like, I got to know Ronnie really well during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And like getting to know Ronnie a lot more was super fun. And like, even though he had already spent like a weekend at my house for WrestleMania.
Right.
It was still super fun getting to know him more through that. And same with like Caden, because he stayed at my house for a super long time.
Right.
Like, it was super fun getting to know him too, because I knew him, but like not like as deeply as kind of we got. Because we talked every night basically, and it was cool to get to know him more.
Mm-hmm.
And then like at the wedding, just like kind of having those fun times, and then also having the moments of like getting to watch you two get to be together now, and like being proud of not only the two of you for getting to make that step, but also proud of you because I've watched this journey happen. So
let me tell you something, Seth.
Yeah.
When it comes to like my wedding day, I barely remember any of it.
Neither do I. I don't remember my wedding day at all.
Dude, it was a blur.
Yeah.
Like, I think I remember like being at the altar and like all that part, and then like I remember like, dude, like when we had our first dance, I know like all the romantics like say this, but like it's so true, but like everything around her just like faded away, and it was like just her, and it was it was so cool.
Yeah.
But like other than that, it was a blur.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same for me. Like, I remember 3 things. I remember 4 things from our wedding. I remember being up on the altar with Haley for like a second before it blips right back into a blur.
Mm-hmm.
I remember dancing with my mom and Haley. Haley and I's first dance and the mother-son dance.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember dancing with Brad September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Aw.
That's the only other thing I remember from the wedding. And it's the Brad memory, sadly, is the most vivid memory. Like, that one sticks in my head way too much.
Wow.
But like that was a fun day, and like even 2 days before that, we had my bachelor party, and like we did D&D for it. That was super fun.
That was great.
Yeah,
and that's all we're gonna say about it.
yeah.
Yep.
And then during your bachelor party, we did airsoft.
Yeah,
that was
dude.
super fun.
That was super fun.
That was a fun like. I had said yes months before,
Mm-hmm.
and then Greg texted me on like the Thursday before.
Oh.
And said, "Hey, you're remembering that airsoft is a Saturday." I'm like, "Shoot, that's right. We are doing airsoft on Saturday."
Big oof.
And that was totally my fault. Just totally forgot, but didn't put it in any calendar. But that was
Jeez.
super fun.
That was great.
Yeah. Were you really surprised about that, or?
Yeah.
Like, because we didn't tell you really.
Yeah.
Until
I used to airsoft a lot. I used to airsoft like once a month, like big scale Mocktown Milsim battles and stuff. But I stopped when I moved to Wenatchee, and I just kind of like fell out of the community. I will say, like, I'm not like quite upset that I fell out of the community. The airsoft community is like
obnoxious.
It's really obnoxious. Like, it's just a bunch of like, and no judgment. I love all people, but like burnouts and like tryhards.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. You get like there's like a bunch of machismo.
Kind of all the people that really wanted to be in the military but never.
There's
really
a lot
could.
of those guys, yeah, and there's a lot of people that were in the military, and they would be like, "I was in the actual military. You have to listen to me so we can win." And I'm like, I just kind of want to like.
That's kind of want to shoot people.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna bum rush that building by myself.
You're just there to have fun. You're not there to.
And like like you would use like the actual like tactics, like room clearing tactics and stuff, but at the end of the day, it was just super like just fun. Like and there were some cool people, like level-headed, sane people.
Yeah.
Like one time, like, and like you'd never be on the same team all the time. But usually when you went up, they split the team, everyone that showed up, into 2 teams for the day.
Yeah.
And one time, what was the name? I think his name was Josh. Josh something. Josh, if you're listening, I love you. I don't remember his last name, but like he was a big sniper guy. He made his own ghillie suit and stuff.
That's cool.
And we were in the radio tower one time, and I was kind of just like chilling on the top, and like looking out the window, just like see. And we were like kind of in a firefight. Like the enemy was like approaching.
Yeah.
And then I just hear like, "Hey, Adam," and I turn around and Josh was there, and he's like, "Safety kill," and I went, "What?" And I looked down. He's holding a pistol at my side.
Oh.
And I went, "No shot." He was like, "Yeah, dude. No one knows I'm up here." I'm like, "Hey, go get him." And so I was like, "Oh, I'm dead." And I took a knee and proceeded to watch Josh go and just shoot my entire team in the back. It was pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite airsoft memories.
That's really cool.
Bro,
really
another airsoft memory I have. This is probably the best airsoft thing I've ever heard ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even there. It was my friend Jim at the time. And they had this game every year called Walk the Line, where you're role playing as like cartel members.
Okay.
And there's 3 teams. There's like one cartel, another cartel, and the DEA, right?
Yeah.
And it's not all shooting all the time. Like you go up to their teams, you talk to them, you make alliances, and like they had like fake drugs that you would try to like get. And like the whole point was to find the hidden drugs around the field, and whichever team had the most won.
Yeah.
But then there's like side missions and stuff. It's this whole shebang, right?
Yeah.
And so Jim, the whole game's going on by himself. We were on the one cartel team. He went to the other cartel team's base and was like talking to them and like was getting all friendly with them. And he was like, "Hey, we should take a picture." And they were like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You know what would be really funny is if we all crammed into this tiny room in the cabin." And the cabin was like this old cabin they had in the woods. And like just crammed in there and like took a picture of all of us all like squished into there. And so they all crammed in this tiny room, and Jim got in there, set up the camera, the phone, got in there with them, posed, and he's, "Oh, it's not going off. Hold on one sec," and walked out of the room like he was going to set the camera up and fix it, and he popped a grenade. And these things they're called pea grenades. Yeah. The outer is like soft dried clay, and it has like dried peas on the inside, and it actually has like an ignition thing, and it actually explodes and shoots peas everywhere. And if you get hit by one, you're dead. He walked out, got 2 of them, pulled the pins, turned and like underhand tossed them into the room, grabbed his phone, grabbed all their cocaine, and ran. And like he came back and was like, "Hey, I got all their drugs." And we were like, "What? How?" And he told us. And yeah, I have not heard a better
Did he have the photo?
I don't think he didn't even take a
He
photo.
didn't even take the photo. That's great. I love that. That's so funny. Oh my
gosh. So awesome.
That's great. What else happened in 2024? I went to Florida for my honeymoon.
I went to Chehalis for mine, and we got a cabin.
Haley and I got
I did not throw a grenade at my wife, though.
I didn't throw a grenade at my wife either.
That's good. I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah. We did go to the Keys, though, which was fun.
Did you see any good birds there?
Yeah. Quite a few. Haley, I think, got 21 new birds in her life list.
Marked them off her list.
Yeah. And one that wasn't native to the U.S.
Nice.
Which is cool. So
he was just here chilling?
Yeah. There was like 4 or 5 of them that flew up into Miami.
Wow.
And it was kind of cool. We were just like out on a walk, and she heard, and she's like, "I don't know what bird that is."
Huh.
And she's like looking, and she goes, "It's that." And she points up, and there's like 4 of them up on a tree. And we're both looking at it, and we're trying to figure out what it is. And she had to pull up like Cuba's bird list.
Oh, wow.
And like it was that. It was in that. It was like, oh, cool, it's this.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. We also saw wild chicken.
Oh.
Which was weird. Like
just like meandering?
Yeah, they weren't even like near stuff.
They weren't in a pen.
Huh?
They weren't in like a pen.
No, they weren't. Anything. No, they were like just out in like kind of dirt and stuff.
I know they have that in Hawaii. I didn't know they have it in Florida.
I didn't either. And it was just kind of like, oh, cool, there's chickens here. But that was fun. Florida was super cool. What else? Oh, we went to Idaho.
Oh, yeah, the Priest Lake.
Priest Lake.
Yeah, that was a so great trip. Fun. We didn't catch a single fish.
Greg did.
Greg caught 6.
Yeah.
After we left.
1 while we were there, and then 5 more after we had taken off.
Turns out on tourist-heavy lakes, you have to wait until nighttime when the water dies down.
Yeah. And
I did not know that.
Yeah, Adam and I both got mad at fishing.
Dude, we woke up so early every day.
I woke up on that first night because I had already been up at 3, and I watched SmackDown on data, which sucked because there was barely any. But I was already up, so I went down to the dock at 4 a.m. I forgot how to set up my line, so I just kind of sat on the dock until whenever you guys woke up,
Mm-hmm.
and then you helped me set up my line and stuff, and we got to go fishing. But I don't think we kind of like figured things out of like what we probably need to do until like one of the last nights we were there.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that was actually my favorite meal from 2024 as well. That the restaurant we went to on the last night.
oh, dude, that restaurant was awesome.
Yeah, I had a Loco Moco. Yeah, I love Hawaiian food. Love Hawaiian food, and it was pretty good Loco Moco.
If we ever kind of figure out a way to for like our friends all to go to Hawaii together,
Dude, we can make it happen.
yeah, we can make it happen.
We could all save up and go.
Yeah.
We could split an Airbnb. It'd probably be cheaper.
Yeah, it would be a lot cheaper.
In fact, it makes more sense for all of us to go together.
That's true.
Because it would be cheaper.
But I have family in Hawaii.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have one great aunt, one great uncle, and then just an aunt and uncle,
Oh, cool.
and then 2 cousins that live there.
Hawaii trip 2025?
Yeah, and we'll go there. We'll have like they do whenever there's family in town. They do a Sunday dinner,
Oh,
all
cool.
of them. And there's a really good place. It's a place they always go to. It has one of my most favorite foods on planet Earth
Mm-hmm.
that I only have whenever I go to Hawaii.
I see.
It's a bao bun, but it doesn't have any filling in it.
Oh.
It's just the bao portion of it, and then it's got duck skin and like a duck sauce.
Ooh.
Dude, it's so good. I can eat thousands of those things.
I love duck.
Same.
Duck is underrated.
So is frog.
Frog?
Yeah,
I've never had frog.
I'd
I'd try it, though.
in there's a place called Concanelli here in Washington, way up north, and when my uncle, his family used to have a cabin until recently when they sold it. During the summer, we'd go up there for like 4th of July or something, and we'd go and hunt frogs, and you just collect them, and then cut off their legs, grill up some frog legs.
Nice.
So good.
Very
So
cool.
good. What else did we do in 2024? Let's come up with one more thing to talk about extensively.
Okay.
I'm going January. Stayed at home. February, stayed at home. Excuse me. Were we back in town yet for your like birthday trip?
I think we played D&D for my birthday.
Is that oh, that's right, because I did D&D thing for your birthday.
Yeah.
What else happened? Nothing. Oh, well, so we finished 2 campaigns
We
of
did.
D&D during this year.
Yeah.
We completed Amulet of Hadar, which was pre-written not pre-written, a homemade one that Adam made.
Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah,
I
that
made
was super good.
I made people cry.
You made Haley cry like super hard.
Yeah.
And Greg too.
Greg teared up at the very end there, yeah.
And I teared up at the end.
Yeah,
there,
you were speechless at the end.
I was.
Yeah.
Like it was super good.
I was like, "Hey, what does your character do, Seth?" And you like were legit like, "I need a minute."
Yeah. I mean, I was like, I'm like, I have no clue what she would do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what?
Oof.
What's
Threw
Wanda
you for
doing
a
here?
loop.
Yeah. And then I finished my homemade one of the goat ball campaign.
Yeah. So we were like a major league sports team in the D&D world. That was really fun.
Really? You thought it was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You thought I didn't think it was good?
I don't know. I think I'm so cynical with myself. I was like, that didn't go well. Like,
it was great.
Okay, good.
I think everyone had like a lot of fun.
Good.
I think like when it comes to like storytelling, you like enjoy the more like lighthearted stuff.
Yeah.
And like you're like it really like makes it so people can like have fun and like have these comedic moments and like not really do whatever they want, but like just like experience like really fun moments.
Yeah. And then this isn't in 2024, I guess, but last week Adam started last Sunday.
That was 2025.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't in 2024. But Adam started our new campaign.
Yeah.
Of what he called Codename Dark and Spooky until the very end when he goes, by the way, this is Curse of Strahd.
Yeah. I thought like my thinking behind that is like if I had told you guys from the very beginning, hey, we're doing Curse of Strahd, you guys would have time to mentally prepare for it.
Yeah.
But now you're already in it.
Yeah.
And so it kind of like if you guys know anything about Curse of Strahd, you know, but like you like in the campaign you're transported to a world and you don't know how to get out of it, and so I wanted to like somehow make you guys have that feeling in real life of you're already in this, you're already playing the campaign, like you're here and there's no way out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the way you did it was super good. Like he says up in Faerun and like had like a dude who transported us through like a fire and like
unbeknowingly.
Unbeknowingly, and like we plopped down in this new world and we got like scared in a house and like dude, it was super good. I agree with you. I talked to the boys a little bit. We need to tone back the comedy a little bit more, but
I have notes for you guys as characters a little bit.
Perfect. What do you have mine right now?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it on the podcast.
I'll do it. I'll do it off the
fine,
podcast.
fine.
How much time do you have left?
5 minutes.
Okay. But yeah, I think like, and I think D&D, like there's always something in the back of my head, like if people, because I'm a Christian like through and through, right? And but like I don't think D&D is bad because I know what it is, and I know my limits, and I know my boundaries, and I also in the games I filter out a lot of the content.
Yeah.
Especially if we're doing a pre-written campaign, and I'm having to do that a lot for Curse of Strahd. But it's just like taking everything with kind of like a grain of salt, kind of like Caden would put it, chew up the meat but spit out the bones type thing. But I'm always scared people are going to get the wrong idea. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah, I get it. Of like, it's kind of what I think of with like, in a different sense, but kind of in the same sense of like secular music as Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely listen to a lot of secular music.
Right.
And I think there's quite a few Christians that kind of look down on that.
Mm-hmm. I think it's not something that a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that being said, like, I feel like in Amulet of Hadar and like all the stuff, the ones that I do run, I try to put in like biblical elements. And like,
and they're noticeable.
It's always about like good triumphing over evil eventually.
Yeah.
Or like sacrificial love, or like just love in general, you know?
Yeah.
Because like as a Christian, that is the kind of stories that like I care about. But like all in all, like I think God gave me my imagination and my love of stories for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so D&D is just one of those ways that I can express that. And also, like, the only people that I play with are Christians who are like-minded with me. And I don't feel like, and like, not that to say like, oh, I'm not going to hang out with secular people. Like, I'm not going, I don't think I would play with people who are secular because
you don't know what content they're going to
I don't know what content they would want.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I would, but I'm not going to change the content and the stories and the subject matter that I like to pander to them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like just like I wouldn't anywhere else. Like I would never present the gospel in a way that waters it down to make it easy for someone to swallow.
Yeah.
Like that's not the way the gospel was like intended to be like, okay, I'm going to ease you in, you know? Like, no, this is the truth. This is what it is. Like, I'm not ashamed of that. Like, wow, this got deep. But yeah, like all in all, like I feel like I just wanted to clarify that for like anyone that does listen to this podcast.
And they're
You know,
like,
that's
how are Christians doing a 10-minute one shot every episode?
yeah, like the 10-minute one shot is one because like we like role playing games.
Yeah.
But it's also like our way of breaking the ice.
Yeah.
And like it's a fun way to do that, you know. So
Yeah.
that's our explanation.
Take it if you want it.
Yeah, you can like it if you can hate it, or like it if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We like it.
We like it.
And
We're like taking it with a grain of salt, you know.
yeah.
It's not becoming an idol in our lives.
No.
Like
I do look forward to having D&D time.
Like who doesn't look forward to
spending time with friends?
Spending time with friends in community and making a story together.
Yeah. And something like the Bible directly says, like, you, most of the time this is through church, but like you need to spend time with other Christians.
Yeah.
Like you need to have that community, and this is like one of our ways that we do our community.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
so like we welcomed in our friend Will into this campaign.
And Will is a really cool guy.
Yeah, Will's super
He's
good.
been playing for 10 years.
Oh, really?
I did not know that until he sat down on my table and I'm going to DM for him.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of intimidating.
I wonder what he thinks.
Well, I talked to him and he said, I asked him what I did good and he told me. So.
What was it?
He said it was very immersive. I do a good job of setting it up. And just like he really likes my style.
I wonder if he'd like my style.
I don't know.
Because like the next campaign I'm running is not a pre-written campaign. It's another one that I wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'd be interesting to see if this next time around he wants to join again.
Yeah, I did talk to him and he said probably not.
Okay.
Just because he's going to start running one.
Oh, okay.
For another group.
Yeah.
And so we probably won't have time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
I will say though, in like an ending note, I think for this campaign is the first time that everyone's characters have been mostly solid.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Adam, I feel like there's a way that we usually tie off episodes.
Oh, you want the youth pastor moment?
I want the youth pastor
for
moment.
the first time in 2025.
First time in 2025. I want the youth
Well, you know
pastor
what,
moment.
Seth?
Yeah.
We have a whole year to look forward to.
Yeah.
And a whole year that we were looking back on. But when we look back, we should only be really looking back on one thing.
What's that?
What Jesus did for us.
Amen.
On the cross.
Amen.
And for looking forward to this year and every other year past that, we should be looking forward because he's coming back again.
Amen.
And by Jesus, Seth, I mean God.
Yeah.
And by God, I mean our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Well, guys, thank you for listening to our first episode of 2025.
Amen.
We have a lot of great content. We're looking forward to bringing you out to you this year.
With all of you.
Yeah, we're super excited. Yeah, I can't tell you who's going to be on next because, again,
we don't know.
Scheduling is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But I can tell you the next episode will release on January 30th.
Yes.
All right.
Have a good rest of your guys' day. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
My name is Seth.
My name is Adam.
And my name is Seth.
And if you want to be up to date with everything Staring at Hot Wheels, follow us on Instagram at Staring at HW Pod.
Yeah.
Because TikTok is dying.
TikTok is dying.
So.
But, yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Good night.
Right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.